All right, babies, it's that time again. Oh, yeah. It's so cold. I work in Bethlehem, Connecticut, and it's 19 degrees up there. So I have my, I don't know if you can see it, I have my tiger fur coat on. Oh, yeah, baby. It's one thing I love doing is promoting diversity. And for those who know me, all my life pretty much, I've been sort of, what would you call it? I'd say a trailblazer. I always enjoy being outside of what people expect, you know. And recently I've been thinking about that. I have Jesus to thank for that. Yeah. Jesus is the one who's outside the box, man. And because he lives in us, if we're not living outside the box, baby, you're missing it. Oh, yeah. Jesus does not color within the lines. Oh, no, he was a bad child. People think of him as being like this, you know, perfect child, whatever. I'm sure he was doing all kinds of things that were just like, that's not how we do that. And he's like, no, this is how you do it. Yeah, baby. I love that about the Lord. I almost said you because I'm always speaking to God all day long. In fact, if you're not doing that, I highly recommend it. Not in the middle of work, not, out, so everybody can hear you, but in your mind, I highly recommend speaking directly to the one who loves you most. In fact, the more you can direct your communication to him instead of about him, you're gonna be doing much better. You don't want to be thinking about the one living in you and only referring to him in the third person. That's not, think about that. You're living with your spouse and you're like, you never speak to her or him directly. I mean, come on. All right, so get on that. Get on that. That's one of the things you're missing. All right, you're welcome. Let's see. What do we want to talk about? Oh, I want to talk about the Bible just a little bit because even though I haven't been two police officers side by side. Okay, thank you, officers. Even though I haven't been really studying it lately because I got bogged down in Genesis, I'm really hearing the Spirit say, you need to get back there. You need to find the meaning. There are people who need to hear me find meaning, and they need to see how the Spirit of God is teaching from the same words that have been treasured for centuries. Yeah, baby. That's what I hear the Spirit of God saying. So I'm going to be doing that, but I think what I'm going to be doing, unless he says otherwise, now when I say he, right there, that's when I would say you, but because I'm talking to you, I'm saying he, so it's a little confusing, because I feel like I'm sort of disrespecting Jesus right now, because I'm referring to him as he, when you are right here, but I'm saying he. So anyhow, I'm going to be doing the study in several sections at once. So there's going to be the Torah, the Pentateuch, one section, then the history, another section, then what I refer to as poetry. Those are the earliest ones, like Job, and then the prophets, then the Gospels, then the book of Acts, then the letters, and then Revelation. So I'm going to be kind of jumping back and forth between all those sections. And the last time I did that, it was really interesting. I was only doing it, I'm not going to be doing it that way this time, I don't think. Well, we'll see how the Spirit goes. What I was doing was just going like verse by verse. So I do one verse in the Torah, and then on the same night or day, I would do one verse in each of the other sections. And I used to come up with, or the Spirit would lead me to, how these apparently random sections and random alignments from verse to verse would all tell a very similar story. It was spooky, but it was really interesting, a lot of fun. So we'll see how that goes this time. See if we can maintain a high level of illumination. All right, got 3 minutes left. What do we want to do? Let's see. What does the Spirit of God want me to say? Nothing's coming to mind. Yeah. Sometimes you just have to wait. Oh, in fact, yeah, let's talk about that. I'm telling you, everywhere you look in your life, the Spirit of God can teach you something. You just got to be open to it. So here it is. I waited a little bit. You saw that. So it's reminding me about waiting. And sometimes I feel like, or I would say more often than not, people in regular everyday life, stay in your lane, mister. Thank you. People in their everyday life, as well as people in ministry, love to fill in gaps of silence with chatter and nonsense and self-absorbed emanations. And it's much better to embrace the silence and wait for the Spirit of God to speak. I had this experience recently at church. I've been going to this predominantly all black Pentecostal church. In fact, I'm the only white person who goes there regularly. Okay, that's called speeding, mister. And so I'm at this Bible study before service on Sunday, and I just felt like the leader of the Bible study was just very chattery, and I was just like, oh man, it's like that's not the Spirit. The Spirit does not chatter. So I was just kind of like wading through it, just like, well, at least I know I'm okay. And then sort of out of nowhere, she bounced out of it and it got real. And she was talking about herself, her own experience, and it was energetic, and it felt like it was more the Spirit of God. So there's our little lesson. Don't say anything until God says it through you.